Good evening. So we are going to talk about compensation and wage theories. Now, we first know what is compensation. Okay, it is the remuneration awarded to an employee in exchange for their services or individual contributions, such as the time, the knowledge, skills, abilities, and commitment rendered to an organization. Okay, and it comprises a number of different elements which may be cash or non-cash. Okay, so we will now know the most common types of compensation. We have here the base salary or the salary wages. It is the minimum amount you can expect to earn in exchange for your time and services rendered to the company. Okay, we also have the commissions. It is a fee to an agent or employee for a sale made. Okay, and we have also the overtime. It is a payment for an employee who rendered working beyond normal working hours. Okay, and the bonus we usually receive this during Christmas seasons, right? We also have the profit sharing distributions wherein employees are paid a share of the net profit of the business, and then the merit pay. It is giving additional pay for a performing employees, and then some companies are giving rice subsidy. No, the benefits include dental insurance, medical and vacation leave, tuition assistance for those employees who still have children who are studying, health and wellness benefits, security, social security, life insurance, and retirement plans. Okay, so these are the most common type of compensation that companies are using or adapting to attract and retain employees. So because basically, no, employees keep on searching for a greener pasture. Okay, so that is why companies also are competing in terms of attracting best employees by offering competitive compensation. Okay, so we'll now know the importance of compensation. So having a good compensation plan can help organization to flourish and compete in their respective market. So, of course, if the compensation is good, so it is advantageous. Okay, so it boosts employee motivation, it attracts skilled workforce, reduces employee turnover, enhances job satisfaction, and encourages employee productivity. So, mas ganado daw na magtrabaho ang isang empleyado if the compensation is good or if they are satisfied with the payment that they are receiving. Okay, but on the other hand, there are also disadvantage. No, um, this can lead to inequality, may encourage unethical behavior, can cause financial strain, may demotivate underpaid employees, and can create unhealthy competition. So, of course, these disadvantages could only happen if there is an unfair or unjust compensation scheme. For example, the giving of health insurance only to branch managers. So, of course, the rank and file employee may complain, no? Since they too can be sick, therefore they deserve such compensation. So, magiging pag in view of the employees, it is already unfair for them. So magiging unethical yung mga behavior nila or there will be unhealthy competition amongst your employees. Okay? Now we will know on the part of the company how to create compensation plan. Okay? So first, compensation philosophy. Okay, so you have to align your compensation scheme to your VMG. So that is the vision, the mission, and the goal. Okay, so make sure that it agrees or it is aligned, no, with the company's goal. Okay, so when you are planning or when you are creating, crafting a compensation plan, make sure to revisit your VMG. Okay. Next is competitor research. You do a survey on a current salary or the compensation used by your competitor or anyone in the market. Okay. And then decide for the salary or wage, how much you are offering. Make sure to abide the laws on wages kasi may sinusunod din tayong batas dito. Okay, and then you have to review the laws. And then annual pay raise. So most employers uh, give their employees an average annual increase of 3% from their basic salary per annum. Okay, and then performance based plan. High performing employee are awarded for their hard work, and then decide for a payroll software. Okay, to make the job more easier and faster. So there are lots of software you can choose from. Okay, so now we go to the wage theories. So before going into the different theories of wages, we will revisit the brief history of uh, why is there a minimum wage? Bakit nagkakaroon ng minimum wage? Why are the companies should follow this? So how does um, this minimum wage started? Okay, so it all started in New Zealand in 1894, and then it goes through Australian state of Victoria in 1896, and then in United Kingdom in 1909. And then in early 1900s, the idea of minimum wage were supported both by the American Association of for Labor Legislation and National Consumers League, or this is a group led by women. Okay, so basically, this minimum wage was um, introduced to protect the rights of children and women. Okay, so after the World War II, number of countries with minimum wage expanded. So in India 1948, in the Philippines, here in our country, minimum wage were first implemented in the Philippines on August 4, 1951 through Republic Act number 602, or the minimum wage law. And then in Pakistan 1961, in Spain 1980, and so on. So that is why most companies, all companies are abiding this wage, minimum wage. So this is already set by law. Okay. Now we go to the wage theories. Okay, we have the subsistence theory, wage fund theory, surplus value theory, residual claimant theory, marginal productivity theory, bargaining theory, and behavioral theory. Okay, so let us first know the subsistence theory. So this theory was propounded by David Ricardo. So wages paid to workers is just sufficient to fulfill their basic needs. Take note of the word sufficient to fulfill their basic needs. So walang sobra. Okay, so workers don't have surplus income. So this is extracted from the Wealth of Nations, where Smith wrote that the wages paid to workers had to be enough to allow them to live and to support their families. So economist succeeded Smith was David Ricardo, who wrote that the natural price of labor was the price necessary to enable laborers to subsist. Okay, so subsistence. Okay, so it is the lowest wage entitled to a worker in order for him and his family to survive. Okay, next is the wage fund theory. Okay, so a theory developed by John Stuart Mill, wage is paid out of the predetermined wealth or fund. Okay, my predetermined fund or savings, no, which lays surplus with the wealthy persons as a result of savings. So the amount of wage to be paid to the workers depends on the size of the fund. If the fund is large, wages would be high, and vice versa. So if there is a limited amount on fund or the savings, wages would be low. Okay? So, according to this theory, employers keep a fund out of the capital secured to pay the wages. So, do you think the Philippines is using, some companies in the Philippines are using this? Okay, so I don't think so. Okay, so their wages or their wealth or their fund will be will go through no their profit. Okay, next is the surplus value theory. Okay, so this was given by Karl Marx, and labor here is just a factor of production. Labor is a factor really of production, because which could be purchased on payment of its price, the wages. Okay, so the workers sells labor power and is paid the value of his labor in the form of wage. So if the workers were paid for their labor, for the value they created, they should be paid in full, sana, no? Leaving no surplus to the capitalist. But this could rarely happen, okay? Because some of the capitalists are really um, trying to extract more profits, okay? Next is the residual claimant theory. So, propounded by Francis A. Walker. So, the wage is the amount given in return for the amount of production and thus is paid after the payment of all other factors of production. Now, when we say factors of production, we have the land, the labor, the capital, and the entrepreneur. So, the wage is considered to be a residual claimant and is computed as wage is equal to the whole production less the rent, the interest, and the profit. So, yung ang matira will be given to wages. Okay? Because inuuna muna yung mga other factors of production. Okay? So, the land could could receive the interest, um, the entrepreneur could get their profit, and then the capital could get the interest, and then the remaining will be given to the wages of labors. Okay? Next, we have the marginal theory. So, given by Phillips Henry Wickstead and John Bates Clark, this theory assumes that wages depends on demand for and supply of labor. So, ito yung kadalasan na fina-follow ng um, mga professional employees. Okay? So as far as the marginal productivity is equal to the wages paid, a firm will continue employing more labor. So this is this marginal productivity theory. This is the idea that certain company would be really willing to pay a worker only what they can contribute to the company's value. Okay? So this theory aims to define how much should a worker be paid according to their capacity to produce. Okay? Next we have the bargaining theory, initiated given by John Davidson, wherein wages are determined by relative bargaining power of workers or their unions. So if the union is strong, workers will be paid more and vice versa. Okay, so the wages, the hours, the working conditions are determined by the bargaining strength of the parties to the agreement. So ito na yung mga workers o mga empleyado na may mga union. Okay? So they can request or they can ask for an increase or they can demand no for their compensation and increase in their wages. So the stronger the union, the workers though will be paid more. Okay. Next is the behavioral theory, um, March and Simon, Robert Doben, Elliot Jacques. There are various factors such as employers' concern for the workers, the strength of unions. Marami na pong ang i-consider. So, the size and the prestige of a company, etc. That determines the amount of wage to be disbursed among the workers. So, it is also known as the need fulfillment theory. So, the wage or the payment system should consider other factors to ensure fairness. Okay? So we have um extracted the wages, the salaries no among countries. So these are the countries with the highest average salaries based on the survey conducted in 2023. So we have the number one, Switzerland. Okay? So converted into peso, their monthly net salary is 349,239 pesos. You can just imagine that. And then second is Singapore. Yes, converted into peso, 247,385 monthly. Okay, net monthly salary. And then we have the Australia, 239,886. United States, 211,612. UAE, 208,330. Norway, 196, 1,604. Canada, their monthly net salary converted into peso is 189,833. Denmark, 187,337. Iceland, 184,062 in peso na ha. And then Netherlands, 182,834. Now we will look for sa Philippines. Anong rank nga ba si Philippines? Okay? So Philippines belongs to the countries with the lowest average salaries based on the survey conducted in 2023. So just can see this na rank 94 yung Philippines. So this is the average ha. Average monthly net salary is 16,300. And then followed by Uzbekistan, Tunisia, Bangladesh, Algeria, Ghana, Egypt, Venezuela, Nepal, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. So most probably, based on the readings, these countries are the corrupt countries. Okay, so look at the minimum. Look at their average monthly salary. It is very low. That is why some Filipinos will go abroad, no, to earn more there. Okay. All right, so that would be all for this presentation, and I hope that you get something in here that could be useful, no, in your learning. Okay, thank you so much, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. God bless us all.